1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry names Leliana as successor to the Sunburst throne. Given the name Divine Victoria, she first declares an end to the Circle of Magi. The mages will now govern themselves. She opens the priesthood to other races, declares support for the Inquisition, and rededicates the Chantry to the principle of charity. Divine Victoria is controversial from the start. Several new sects arise, resisting her reforms and declaring her rule a threat to the faith. Her response is as swift as it is deadly. Unity is maintained, but blood runs through the halls of the Grand Cathedral. Divine Victoria is controversial from the start. Several new sects arise, resisting her reforms and declaring her rule a threat to the faith. She meets with their leaders, urging unity. Miraculously, her words take root, and for now, the Chantry remains strong. Divine Victoria is controversial from the start. Several new sects arise, resisting her reforms and declaring her rule a threat to the faith. She does not fight them, and it is not long before the Chantry's fractures threaten to tear it apart forever. 1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry shocks the world by naming Vivian as successor to the Sunburst throne. Given the name Divine Victoria, she is the first mage to hold the position, and the uproar is immediate. 3 revolts follow in quick succession, and her response is immediate and vicious. For months, chaos reigns. Some say it is only her warm relationship with the Inquisition that ensures her victory. In the end, she is victorious, but not without much bitterness and loss of life. To the surprise of many, she reinstates the Circle of Magi and creates a Templar order firmly leashed to her hand. Mages rise quickly in the new circle, having more freedom and responsibility than ever before, even if all true power lies with her. For now, the Chantry remains united. Though difficult for many to accept, a mage sits on the Sunburst throne and will remain there. Even so, this new divine's reign is troubled, and signs of fracturing within the Chantry grow daily. Many believe its days are numbered. 1 month after the defeat of Corypheus, the Chantry names Cassandra as successor to the Sunburst throne. Given the name Divine Victoria, she immediately enacts reform, a new Templar order, and a new Circle of Magi. The Seekers of Truth are rededicated to their purpose of protecting the innocent. A proclamation of support for the Inquisition is issued, recognizing its service to all of Thedas. Despite her popularity, the new Divine's reforms are seen by some as going too far. A new sect arises, demanding a return to the status quo. Negotiations quickly break down. It is only with the Inquisition's assistance that these rebels are eventually defeated and peace is restored. For the moment. The Chantry's relationship with the Inquisition continues to be strained and worsens as the months pass. A new sect arises, demanding a return to the status quo. Negotiations quickly break down. The new Seekers prove their mettle by being instrumental in defeating this sect and restoring the peace. It is the first time the Chantry has ever declared open war against itself. A new sect arises, demanding a return to the status quo on threat of war. With the Inquisitor's assistance, negotiations end peacefully, and few concessions are made. Strength and unity within the Chantry are restored in the months following. A golden age, if it can last. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Empress Celine remains on her golden throne. The civil war is ended and order finally restored. The Empress is unchallenged. But at what price? Blood drips from Celine's hands, and all her court know it. However, none are in a position to move against her. Where once war raged, there is now a shaky peace. Orlais is resurgent, the Empress a patron of arts and culture, many attribute this recovery to her lady love, though others wonder how long their reunion will truly last. The civil war is ended, but a new war rages in the shadows. Gaspar, it seems, has learned his lesson well. Even the elves have no rest, with Briala's uprising rocking the Empire to its core. The civil war is ended, the elven resistance pacified, but it is said Gaspar yet plots his return from exile. How long before the Empress missteps, and he raises banners once more? This fear hounds her every move. The civil war is ended, Gaspar is defeated, but it is said Briala yet plots her return from exile. The Empress now faces a war in the shadows. Elven daggers rule the night, and spies follow her every move. Fortunately for Selene, her gratitude towards the Inquisition has remained strong. Her subjects approve of the alliance, even if some claim it is the only reason she yet clings to power. Some claim she clings too tightly to the alliance. Others know it is all that stands between her and defeat. Sadly, Selene soon forgot her gratitude towards the Inquisition. Icy receptions now greet the Inquisition in the imperial court, where most prefer that Orlais bow to no one, not even heroes. Thus, many believe that when the tide again turns, Selene will stand alone. The Empire's ties to the Inquisition remain strong, both sides benefiting from the ongoing relationship. The alliance meets with the approval of Selene's subjects, who see it as a necessary move within the game. Some resent this, calling Selene the Inquisitor's puppet, though they do not do so openly. Orlais prospers, and soon forgets that it could very easily have been otherwise. As Orlais heals and its strength returns, relations with the Inquisition slowly sour. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Gaspar has ascended to the Golden Throne. His rule continues only so long as he bows to the will of Briala, the first elf to be granted titles and land. Soon, new rights are granted to elves throughout the land. Plans are made to tear down alienage walls. The Emperor chafes under her command but can do nothing, even as an alliance of nobles considers open rebellion. They hesitate only because their respect for the Inquisition remains strong. They hesitate only because they fear the alliance between Briala and the Elven Inquisitor, and perhaps also because they yet respect the Inquisition. For now, the Empire remains at peace. The icy reception awaiting the Inquisition at court is telling, however. It seems only a matter of time. So the Empire remains locked within an uneasy peace, though it seems only a matter of time. Consider the mighty empire of Orlais, where Gaspar has ascended to the Golden Throne. He rules unopposed. Each noble house that rises up against him soon realizes it has made its last mistake. He settles disputes with Ferelden, freeing the Orlesian armies to fortify the northern Tevinter borders. His victories are many. Strength and stability are restored to Orlais. For now, fortunately for Gaspar, his gratitude towards the Inquisition has remained strong. Some claim the Emperor relies too much on his new allies, but others know the truth. His enemies hesitate only because they fear the Inquisition's revenge. But for how long? Sadly, Gaspar soon forgot his gratitude towards the Inquisition. Icy receptions meet the Inquisition inside the imperial court, where most prefer that Orlais bow to no one, not even heroes. Thus, many believe that when the next challenge to the usurper comes, Gaspar will stand on his own. The Inquisition's mages, the former rebels, led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, are left with a choice. In the end, they refuse Cassandra's invitation to rejoin the Circle of Magi and instead reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The college, they say, will allow mages of the South to gather in peace and seek new solutions to age-old problems. From the beginning, the college and the circle have clashed, and some fear it will lead to a new war of the mages upon themselves. In the end, they refuse Vivian's invitation to rejoin the Circle of Magi and instead reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The reaction from the new divine is instantaneous, a war to dissolve the college before it begins. Some mages surrender, others return to the Inquisition. Either way, the new Circle of Magi stands triumphant. When Leliana disbands the circles, they leave the Inquisition and reform the College of Enchanters as a new order. The college, they say, will allow mages of the South to gather in peace and seek new solutions to age-old problems. For the moment, it appears to be working. Mages are enjoying unprecedented acceptance throughout Thedas. When Leliana disbands the circles, they remain with the Inquisition and form a new college called the Bright Hand. To many, this new order represents the best of mages, an example for the rest of Thedas to follow. In the end, they accept Cassandra's invitation to rejoin the Circle of Magi, but as a new college called the Bright Hand. It is not long before this new college dominates, pushing for reform and close ties to the Inquisition. Rumors begin to circulate of a split within the circle, a shadow war against the new college by unknown forces. In the end, they elect to leave the Inquisition and refuse Vivian's demand that they join the reformed Circle of Magi. However, this new mage rebellion does not last, as the divine brings down her fury upon them. Some mages surrender, others return to the Inquisition. Either way, the new Circle of Magi stands triumphant. Those Templars of the Inquisition who were recruited at Therenfall Redoubt are left with a choice. Many follow in the footsteps of Commander Cullen, going through the slow and agonizing process of lyrium withdrawal. This frees many to join the Seekers of Truth under the Divine, a renewed order dedicated to justice for all. This allows them to leave and reform the Templar Order to truly serve the people, independent of outside control. They elect to remain with the Inquisition, unanimously and formally disbanding the Templar Order forever. When the Divine reforms the Templar Order, they elect to remain with the Inquisition under Cullen's command. They rejoin the Templar Order under the new Divine, on the condition that her leash will not be reattached. They refuse to join the reformed Templar Order under a Mage Divine, instead forming a new knightly order called the Silver Shield. Some return to the Templar Order under the new Divine, but the rest elect to shed their allegiance forever. Some leave, joining mercenary bands or the ranks of the Imperial Army. Most remain. Under the watchful eye of Commander Cullen, these men and women form the core of the Inquisition's strength for years to come. Those who remain under the watchful eye of Commander Cullen become the core of the Inquisitor's personal guard. The Grey Wardens of the South slowly rebuild in the months following the events at Adamant. They declare it time for the Order to emerge from the shadows, to join the rest of humanity in fighting their ancient foes. Rumors abound that they severed ties with their leaders at Weishaupt, and that a bitter war now rages between them. What becomes of Alistair is unknown, save that all news out of Weishaupt soon ends. Does the sudden silence indicate a battle within, or something far worse? Those Grey Wardens who survived the battle at Adamant ventured north into exile. They returned to the mighty fortress of Weishaupt, and word slowly spreads that a battle for control of the Order has erupted. It is said that Alistair leads these wardens in their rebellion, a fight to change the Order from within. If Hawke reaches Weishaupt with them is unknown. Indeed, before long, all news out of Weishaupt ends. Slowly, the wardens withdraw from across the north as well. Some believe the ancient order is on the verge of vanishing forever. And what of the Inquisition itself? It has eyes and ears in every hall. No secrets are beyond its reach, and that knowledge has become the source of its power. Its military might has grown, now rivaling that of kingdoms. Fear of the Inquisition's army has become the true source of its power. Its web of influence is felt in every hall. Through diplomacy and the trading of favors, it has gathered the power to shake kingdoms. It trades in secrets as easily as it does in favors. Its military might is feared, and its power is without question. I leave Skyhold now, knowing that power will continue to grow. The Inquisitor is a symbol to many, a leader of the changing world order. To others, he has become a target. They linger in the shadows, waiting for their day to come. When it does, the Inquisition shall stand, ready.